I um I wanted to make a new video idea, but I don't really know what to do. So I'm just gonna make a tier list classic on all classic NES Mega Man titles from 1 to 6 of all the Fortress bosses, including all the final bosses. Which means because I only played Mega Man 1 to 6 and not anything above. Um what was I saying? Oh, right. Um And also not counting Game Boy titles because I haven't played the Game Boy games. So just in between Mega Man 1 and 1 to 6. So I'm just gonna be, this is all my opinion, and just basically, on their difficulty and their design. And also like to call the bullshit meter. Or as you know, as like let's say if the fight is low bullshit, it'll be more likely be placed higher in the tier list than lower. Actually, I'm gonna change this to gray. So let's start with the Yellow Devil. The Yellow Devil, he's pretty recognizable. Um, and granted, he's kind of only possible with the pause glitch, but there's nothing special about that that works on every boss. So I'm just gonna give him A tier. I mean, if you're really cracked at Mega Man 1, you could probably beat him. But for glitches, you have to fire 2 Thunder Beams, but sometimes a Thunder Beam will go over his eye. So I'm gonna just put it at A. Now, Copy Robot. I don't know why there's just an ad here. This place has a lot of ads. Copy Robot, it's just he looks exactly like you, and I guess the Mega Man sprite looks okay. He just looks like he just got lobotomized and has no personality during the sprite. But here he does look better with the red eyes. I also do like how when you clip Super Arm, he just runs around like a flailing chicken. But honestly, and he isn't that hard. He does put up more of a challenge. I'm just gonna put BT though, compared to other bosses when you pause glitch them. Now, for this I feel like the developer just slammed their head on the keyboard when naming this boss. I'll just call them bubble robots. Basically, you just have to defeat all one. Basically, they're just really nothing burger. And the sprite isn't really my favorite as well. At least they are kind of bullshit though, so I'm gonna just put them at D. Now, Wily Machine 1. Again, I just pause glitch this one. He isn't really that hard. Maybe I'll get hit like maybe once or twice. And this honestly, the sprite kind of looks ugly though. I'll just give it a C tier. Okay, we're on Mega Man 2 now. Um, First we have Mecha Dragon. Again, the sprite's very memorable. The only thing hard about him though is just the parkour section. That's the only part I struggle on, because the actual fight is really easy. The only thing I just remember is I have to land the final shot on solid ground, or else, you fall to your death. Yeah, I just spam quick boomerang, and I bet people probably do it faster with just a buster. So, he isn't that bullshit. Again, B tier. Better than Copy Robot, though. Pico Pico Kun. This is honestly one of my favorite bosses. I just like the name, design is very cute like. It's very easy though, as it has just the same pattern, which basically just pulls a deal or no deal for the DS. I'm just again gonna put him in C tier though. I I don't want my bias to get in the way. Now Guts Tank, the sprite is ugly. You beat him, his lifespan is less than 30 seconds. He isn't that hard. F. Now this Now, if this is just on how difficult the boss is, this thing would be at the highest tier. But considering, obviously, I don't like the sprite. It's just a blaring alarm. You can theoretically cheat its bullets by just spamming the weapons menu, but this thing is so bullshit. At least I'm just gonna put it in D tier. Again, this is my opinions. Don't try and attack me. I don't care if you do. Now, Wily Machine 2. This is more of an improvement than Wily Machine 1, which is nice. Then again, you could just use Metal Blade and just defeat him pretty easily. And Crash Bomber if you time it right. I'm not very good at timing that, but I time it. So I'm gonna put it at B tier. Now, the alien, the sprite looks very cool, to be honest. And even though the battle's kind of bullshit, even though he gets his bullet steal a lot, and his contact damage even does even more, and the fact that that the only weapon you could use is only travels on the ground. So you gotta, so yeah. But I'm honestly put this guy on A tier. Actually, no, I think I'll put a Yellow Devil on S tier, probably because I don't want people to get pissed me. Now, Kimi Goro Maker. I like turtles. Really, I really like turtles. To be honest, and this guy is still pretty easy, but can't this thing like do anything else? Maybe like I don't know, make like the actual machine shoot bullets. And I do like using topspin on these guys. They are pretty useful. It is pretty useful for topspin. And also the fight just ends so quickly, so we don't get to see the actual thing. I'm gonna put in C tier though. Now Yellow Level Mark 2, he isn't as good as Mark 1 though. Mainly because you have more reaction time, you can slide, and you have rush jet. But granted, he is weak to his weakness makes up for that since Hard Knuckle is very slow. And if you go for Shadow Blade is limited range. You have to get really close to him, which I don't think is which isn't a very good idea to deal with it. I'm gonna still put him in A tier, harder than Alien. Hollow Rock. Typically, this guy's very easy since you can just shoot a bust or switch a topspin, and then it just kills him immediately. But I haven't perfected that yet because I'm still kind of a noob. But this guy is so unimportant. This boss is so unimportant that I don't think it's really necessary. I'm gonna just put him in D tier. Better than these two at least. Wily Machine 3. First phase, pretty easy. For second phase, you could also use Rush Jet, since theoretically Wily Machine 3 is probably the last time you'll need to use Rush Jet. So, honestly, and I pretty much prefer the design, other than the questionably placed cannon. Better than, I might as well, not as good as Mecha Dragon. Gamma, again, for some reason when I first looked at him, I thought he was also inspired off Gutsman, but he's not. And he's actually easier than some of the Wily machine than every other Wily machine because well, he only has one health bar despite having two phases, and you can easily wipe out the second phase using topspin. I'm not a big fan of this design, but it doesn't deserve F tier. Now, what am I doing? Booby Trap should be an F tier. There. Now I'm gonna skip past for the Mega Man DOS, the Mega Man Game Boy series, and all the way till Mega Man 4. So Raya. Not a big fan of this boss. It's just an alright boss. It can break the ground, sure it can shoot bullets. It isn't really that hard. I'm just gonna put it in bottom C there. Square Machine, honestly, it's just a square though. It's really nothing interesting. At least I do like joking that he sucks at aiming. So maybe because his shots really fire slowly. It is a cool idea for a boss though, where you just slide, where you have to jump inside and hit the core. I'm gonna give it here though. Cockroach twins. They don't look like cockroaches. I do like how they come out the stages, and I'm kind of big fan, and I kind of like their sprites. They also are pretty also easy to deal with though. So I'm just gonna put them here as well. They're I at best. No, pause that catcher. Theoretically, I like the claw design to be honest. It looks like one of those birds from the end. Yes, but honestly, other than that, I'm not very interested in this design. As for the difficulty, it's really not that hard. Like you can just use wire, take out half his HP, and then just steamroll the rest. He gets countered by slide, pretty easy. I'm gonna put him here. No, the Mets whole daddy. This is very stressful. His short hops make sliding really tight. The constant earth shaking causes stuns you, gets you a lot of hits in, and the Mets, they're not much of a problem, but considering how big the boss is, I think, and Mets, they're pretty iconic. I might just put an S tier. Now, Taco Trash, he's called Taco because he looks like it's an octopus. Um, yeah, I do like drill bombing him, doing the whole thing. The sprite looks pretty alright. Like how smooth it looks, how big the eyes are. But granted, he would probably be harder if we just didn't exploit it. So I'ma just again put him in C put him in C's here. Harder than actually no, Square Machine can go here. Actually no, I think Square Machine's harder. Uh Wily Machine 4. I'm not a big fan of Wily Machine 4. First phase, it's pretty easy, but second phase, like, he barely gives you any time to hit him. And I do like how sleek it looks, though. I might have to give this guy another S. Actually, he's not S tier worthy, actually, but I'll put him in A tier. Now, the final boss. Wily Capsule. It's a pretty nice introduction to the capsule bosses that we get to every other game after this. The design, I'm not really a biggie on the pink. I think he's actually blue. Actually, no. Yeah. Despite being the final boss, it's not that impressive. Like and Pharaoh Shot and being his weakness is kind of nice because you can actually hit him with the hitbox above. But I'm gonna put this in C tier. I'm actually no. I'm gonna move you here. Actually, no, I'll put him in D tier. Harder than you. There. I'm just gonna do some quick movements. Now I'm gonna go past Mega Man World 3 and move on to Mega Man 5. So we have the Darkman. The stages are honestly harder than Darkman 1. It's long, it's stupid, it doesn't e- it's not very good. It's like the whole point is every time you shoot him, he just gets faster. And you can use Charge Kick or Water Wave, either would work fine. Kinda meh though. I'm gonna put him here. Darkman 2 is probably even worse though. All he just does is walk left and right. He has shields, which I guess is kinda cool. but it's kind of a downgrade from Darkman 1. No, Darkman 3 is kind of a step up. I do like how gyro attack is its weakness, because it allows me to hit nicer, and charge kick could also work for invulnerability flames. I might put him here, though. Not as good as the Mega Man 4 bosses, but hey, it'll suffice. Now, Darkman 4, um, yeah, if you don't have beat, you're probably gonna have a hard time. I'm not sure. I don't actually fully remember if your weapon energy gets filled when you enter when we start entering the Wily stages. And the music is quite nice. So, and L tanks, that's like the most funniest thing ever. Darkman 4 should get B tier. No, actually no. Actually no. I'll just put Darkman 4 here. It'd be pretty cool if he was a robot master, though. He's not. I. Why do I have this sudden? Wait. Why do I have this sudden feeling that people think I'm LARPing? It doesn't matter. Next is Big Pet. I honestly like that there's the Wily Fortress design bosses, except Wily Press, but oh, Big Pets is actually quite interesting because you have to shoot him, and there's also minions. I find it's quite difficult to do. I might, and the design, it's honestly alright though. Granted, I'm not gonna, but I do prefer it over the Mega Man 4 Cossack bosses. So I'm gonna put him up here. Action though. There we go. Circling Q9, haha, that's funny. This guy having the most funniest game, the most octopus-looking face. I honestly like the designs for this one. Probably better than Big Pet. But granted, he isn't as hard. The platforms are kinda nice, but the bullet and the bombs are way too slow. I'm just gonna put him here, though. He does fly fast, though. Wily Press. The only thing interesting is the two spikes below, and I guess him squishing you. It's really not that interesting. Put him here, I guess. No, why is... Wait a second. Why is Gamma in D tier? It should be an F tier. Let me just swap it around. There. Wily Machine 5. I really like this better than Wily Machine 4. I do like the whole tank thing, and you have to shoot arrows in its mouth. That's kind of cool. A tier. Not as difficult, so I'm at A tier. Now, Wily Capsule 2, I feel like it's more of an improvement. He is miles easier if you have beat, though. Which you probably would have, because most of these letters are pretty hard to miss. Except maybe the one in Stone Man stage, but yeah. Where did I put the original? I'm gonna put this guy here. Rounder. Okay, we have our last set of guys before we end it, because I haven't played any other games, and I don't think I will, to be honest, because I don't have access to it. Um, Here, Rounder the second. Honestly, these guys, they're alright. Flame Blast kinda works well on them. Their designs kinda look strange, but I kinda grown to like them though. They are harder. I'ma move them here. No, here. And we have Power Piston. Look at him, he's so goofy. I do like it that his weakness is an arcing weapon that goes upwards, which makes the fight miles easier. It is kind of busy though, due to all the boulders and the bullets it shoots, but I honestly like it. B tier. Matonga Z. This is a disappointment from Metal Daddy, to be honest. Um. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're thinking the tier list looks really cursed, that's because there's a quick reminder. Um, I have to. I'm ranking them not only on difficulty, but on their designs and their and how bullshit they are, and on how not bullshit they are. Metal Z, be honest, this guy's just a disappointment. I'm not. I'm just not mad. It's just disappointed. Like he has fists. He doesn't use them. The weakness is all right. Yeah. Honestly, they could have just done more. Like they look like they just salvaged Optimus Prime. The bare bottom. Actually, no, D tier. X Crusher. Honestly, it's just a swinging pendulum. I guess it looks cool. You can use power adapter to knock it back. I guess it's just not that interesting to me. The design doesn't really stick out though. I will put it at the top D tier though. No, listen to the capsule. I should probably put him here. Now next we have the Wily. There's only 4 options left. The Megas. I like dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are fucking cool. Funny that he's weak to the first weapon in your menu. Also, you just summon. It's just kind of funny that he summons platforms that just basically assist him. For some reason, his weakness is the snout. I'm gonna put him in A tier though. He's not as difficult as some of the other ones, but I'm gonna put him below Mech, below Hugh, and I'm gonna just put you. What else? Thanks, yes. Okay, this goes straight after. Huh? Just did was reskin the Harambe from Plantman stage. That's all they did. And he shoots bubbles. And Windstorm and doing a pretty sure it was the power adapter would just knock him back. This honestly is kinda better here. This thing is straight buns. Now what else do we have? Wily Machine 6. It's funny that the first and second phase are weak to the same weapon. Um I don't really like the Crusher theming here. I guess it is. I am just gonna put him in C tier though. He is kind of difficult here. And Wily Capsule. You could also use here. And there's my tier list. Let me just check. Yep, I that seems about right. So yeah, here's my tier list. That nobody will agree on. And if you don't agree on it, cry about it. I don't really give a shit. Like honestly. Like you can make your own tier list. Okay? Peace. Uh, goodbye. Goodbye. See you in another life or two, I guess.